Hey, this is Matt here with Green's Lawn Care and Property Services, and today we're going to talk about how to determine how much mulch you need in your beds. So at any one given time in the central Indiana area, you want to maintain 3 inches of mulch in your beds at all times. And the reason for that is because mulch has nutrients in it. It feeds the plants that you have. It retains moisture for number 2, and number 3, it also helps suppress weeds. So you always want to maintain a 3-inch level of mulch in your bed. So after the initial 3 inches goes down, the following year you only need maybe a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of mulch. Anything that is decomposed over that year, that's all that you're replacing. Okay, so you'll get many different estimates when you're going out. I can measure this property out and give you a 3-inch amount of mulch. Let's say that's 8 yards of mulch, just for shits and giggles. But if you're only doing a 1-inch layer, you may only need 2 to 3 yards of mulch. So make sure when you're getting the estimates, make sure you ask that question: how many inches of mulch am I getting for the amount of yards that you're trying to sell me? So if we come this way, we can tell that this has pretty decent coverage of mulch if you look down here. But one thing that I do notice is you can see this is completely down to dirt, right? So this dirt does not have 3 inches of mulch on it. You can also see some of the weed fabric coming through. So this area is going to need about 2 inches of mulch to make up and get to that 3-inch layer. Now if you look back here by the bricks, over here we do have a lot of mulch. So we don't need to put as much mulch down there. So these are all things that you have to take into consideration when you're doing mulch at people's houses and that you're measuring out, so then you can give them the proper amount of mulch at their house and you're not overselling them. If we start moving towards the back here, you can tell that this area, if you get a good shot, this is down to dirt as well. So this area is going to need a good 3 inches of mulch down here. There's areas in the back that we'll see that don't need but only about a 1/2 inch of mulch. So around this tree here, you can tell that this mulch is pretty thick. It's starting to cake up right here, so this area doesn't need as much mulch as other areas. So all these things you do really need to take into consideration when you're measuring out for mulch and giving estimates to make sure that you're charging the customer fairly for the amount of mulch that they truly need. If you put 3 inches of mulch down every single year, you're going to do more harm to the landscape than good. So make sure that you're measuring properly. You're taking into account how many inches of mulch. Do you really need 3 inches? Do you just need 1 inch? Or do you just need to sprinkle mulch to get to about a 1/2 inch to replenish to get to that 3-inch level? That's everything.